Hello everyone, I'm Buford MC, and welcome back to another adventure in GregTech New Horizons, version 2.8. So, I've just updated the mod pack, and we are now on the newest version of the pack, version 2.8, and there have been several changes made overall to the pack that today I want to just kind of take a look at what's changed, at least in relation to where we are currently. And yeah, that's what we're going to focus on today. So we're not going to do kind of any real progress today, I don't think. Instead, we're just going to focus on kind of overall main changes that have been made to the pack right now in the new update and how they kind of relate to where we currently are. And there is some stuff we have to do as well, which we'll take a look at in a bit. So let's get right into it. So right off the bat, you can probably already tell we now have the offhand slot. So we now have the offhand slot. The old battle gear slots that we had have now been taken away, and we just have the one offhand slot, which comes from the, I guess, modern versions of Minecraft. Well, they're not that it's not that modern, I suppose. I guess it was like 1.9 or something. That's pretty old at this point, I think. Might be like, I don't know, 10 years old, so that's pretty old, actually. But either way, though, it's still a pretty exciting change, you know. It does help us because I can hold the healing axe at all times now, which is going to keep everything hunger-wise completely filled, and that's pretty good for if I need to do stuff like mining or something, which is going to be quite helpful, I think. So that's a really good change. I'm really happy about that we can at least do that, because you couldn't actually put that, I don't think, in the battle gear slot before. So it does work out in the end. It's a nice way of at least keeping our hunger filled up. And I will point out, you can't actually swing with that one. I can only swing with this sword, but that's okay. If I need to empty my hunger to eat some sort of food or something, I can just do that, and then, you know, we have the cat. We can do that. So that's how that works, at least. But that's just kind of scratching the surface on the changes that have been made. So let's go head on into the base. Now, I actually noticed there's been some updates to some sounds. Doors are different now. Even actually, I think it was the fence gate. Yeah, they sound different as well. So they've changed all the sounds, I guess, to more of the modern versions now. So that's an interesting change that they've had. And there's also been a bunch of changes up here as well. The textures for the chests, I've noticed, has changed. They look a little bit more modernized. I guess they look kind of nice. I'm quite happy with them. The machines are also a bit different now. I think they make different noises now. I haven't used too many of them so far, but I did also notice you can now muffle the sounds directly from here. So that's quite nice if there's any kind of an annoying noise. I also noticed that we have some noises from other things as well, like the blast furnaces. I think make a little bit of a noise. Well, at least they were before. Oh, I don't hear one right now. And also, I've noticed for some reason that pollution. You can see the smog here, and we're still technically in this chunk. I don't think it was doing that before. But, because these are technically in a separate chunk compared to the one we're currently in. So I don't know what's up with that actually right now, but it doesn't seem to be giving me any ill effects, so as long as it's not doing that, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Also, the steam machines have now got this kind of like pressure gauge, which shows you how much steam they have in them, and that's quite a nice change, so I'm quite happy with that as well. That looks kind of nice. Also, I noticed something else. This is actually a pretty interesting change I noticed. So our tools currently are made out of alumite, and most of our tools, we have the sword, we've got the pickaxe, I think we have the hammer is made out of it, and our shovel as well. We've got that one. And, well, apparently in this version, alumite no longer exists, because all of our alumite, which is right here, is now this ingot called obsianite, or whatever it is. And apparently this is a completely different thing, too, because to make this, let's see, you need the obsianite dust, and to make that, we need now zinc. So before it used to be aluminium with steel and obsidian, now you use zinc. So that's an interesting change, actually, right there. So that's how you get that. Now, I will point this out, because this actually worried me. All my tools still say they're made out of alumite, even though all my alumite is now turned into this obsianite stuff. Well, I did do some tests, and I can still repair them with the obsianite, so it's not that bad of a situation. So I'm quite happy about that, because that did kind of scare me for a moment, because I can't replace the parts on these unless they're full durability, and if there's no alumite, I can't actually fix the durability. But the good news is that this seems to actually repair them anyway, so I guess we can keep them as is, so I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. So that was some changes there. I'm trying to think if there's been anything else. Well, I'm sure there has been. There's definitely been other changes because there has been changes all over the pack. We're just at the very beginning of it. But in relation to where we are, there's just been even a couple of changes as well. Oh, I think there was something in here. I'm trying to remember now. I can't quite remember what it was in here. Oh, I remember what it was. Yes, okay, so a while back, I went ahead and made up these loot bags because I was trying to get the dessert loot bag, which we can get through the assembler and the loot bag dessert, which is going to allow me to get this marshmallow, which is actually something we can do right now because we actually have the assembler, so that's quite good. But, because we only need 3 of these, so that's quite good. But anyways, one thing I noticed was, I'm glad I got these 3 when I did, because I was just taking a look at the quest, and we're going to have to talk about that in a moment, because all of our green check marks are gone, and that's what I want to focus on today. I want to try and get them back, or at least do some of that, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But I was having a look through the quest book a little bit, and I noticed our little reward tab, it was like at the very bottom, is all gone. And that is where I was doing that little quest to get these loot bags so I could get these. Now, I've already got these 3, and the recipe to actually get this in the assembler is still here. The quest is gone. I don't see that anywhere anymore. But I can still do this, which I'm quite happy about. There's no other way to get this other than putting 3 of these in an assembler. But we can do that because we already have those 3, which is quite a good thing. However, I can't get more of these from what I was able to tell. At least that's what I thought at first. I actually later found out that if we go over to the fishing, farming, and cooking section, it's actually been moved over here, the chef training quest, so I can get more of these. Because I do need more of them, because... Ooh, that was an interesting sound, wasn't it? That was a cave noise right there. I think that was from more of a modern version as well. Anyways, though, so what I was saying was... I do need to get more of these because there is a food I can only get in this one as well, which is the quantum sliced bread. It's not yet eaten, so it's something I'm trying to do. But anyways, that's just a project I'm working on, so I do need to get more of these, and I still can, thankfully, because that quest is still there. But that was just something that worried me for a moment. But anyways, yeah, that's something I'll be working on there. And there's also been new foods added on. They've added in new foods from some of the modern versions. We've got, like, sweet berries, rabbit stuff, coarse fruit. Beetroot. I'm not sure we'd find that. I'm guessing that might spawn in villages if I go out and explore new chunks. Now, we've already explored quite a bit of the world, in pretty much all directions, honestly. But I can probably explore out further. We'll see. I bet you there's going to be some new stuff. I do know there's been some stuff added, and a lot of stuff from modern versions has been added. And some of the mobs, I think, and foods, like I just said here. So, a lot of different stuff has been added in. But the main focus, though, I want to get on with today is we have to catch up in our quest book. All of our green tick marks we had from the first couple of chapters has now been taken away. But you also notice, for some reason, some of these quests now have rewards again. I don't know why, but I have noticed that. Yeah, we can get more rewards from some of these. So we'll just go take a look and start from the beginning. Now, the first chapter doesn't look like it has too much. Now, we're not going to... I don't know if we'll do these all together, but we'll get at least some of the bigger ones done. I've taken a little bit of a look at some of them. Not all of them, though. So we'll see how far we get, but there's quite a few new quests added on. Now, the first one here is just I can claim that, get an apple, not a big deal. And I think this one was just a tick box to get the new offhand, so that's not too big of a deal. It does give us a bunch of food, though, which is not really something I need. So what we'll just do, the apple can go over here, I suppose. I'll put the apple there, and then I'll just put the baguette in here for now. I've just been doing that for a while now. But anyways, that's already done with that first chapter there. And now we can go ahead. Well, actually, there was one here. Oh, that's, I think, connected to this one. So we've got a couple things here. So this is related, I think, to some of the NEI changes as well. These, I'm pretty sure, are just all tick boxes as well. Not really thinking these are too big of a deal. Yeah, I can read this one on my own at a later time. There's quite a few changes, I believe, that's been made to NEI. So I'll have to look into that on my own time here. Won't do that now, but just a couple of coins I can get from these. And let's see what else. Got this one here. Ooh, fried chicken, which is not yet eaten. Okay, that's a good one to get. So I might go ahead then and actually eat that right now so we can get some more hearts hopefully soon. Lovely. There we go. It is nighttime, I just noticed. Let's go to sleep. So yeah, we're going to try and see what we can do with the quest. There have been a couple of other additions. I think actually it's a good way to look and see what is new in the new versions, because most of the new quests are related to some of the new stuff, I believe. Let's see here. This is another claim one. I can get another bucket. Why not? What else do we have? So this is a new quest. Sustainable paper. Ah, this is to get the paper bark tree. Okay, that's an easy one. We can go ahead and grab that right now. We've got a jungle sapling and 1 piece of paper. Let me put that back on you. Dump these coins off while I'm here as well. Should have some paper up here. Now, we've already got that tree actually over there, but we can make another one quick. Let's see. There's a piece of paper, and that should be you. Alright, that should knock out that quest. There we go. And what do we get for that? Lime, chestnut, banana. Would have been nice if they gave me one of the 3 trees that I actually don't have yet, but it doesn't really matter what I'll take. I'll just take chestnut, why not? I don't really need it. I already have all those, so we'll just throw them over here in the mod sapling chest. Alright, so what else do we need to do now? I'll look at the ones we've already got done. Rare ores. We can choose an ore for this one. Copper, quartzite, coal. Let's do quartzite. That will be useful maybe in the nether. That's for the, I think, the ore finder wand right there. Alright, so that's all the ones that we have done. Now let's take a look at the ones we still have to do. Your first flint sword. This is just to make a... Looks like this is just a tinker sword. Not sure why they want me to do that now. Guess so. I guess it's something we can do. Alright, what do we need for that then? Oh, actually, I just noticed there's this quest here that's changed. Sweet potato pie. Right? Throw that in here. Alright, well, let's go ahead then and do that. That doesn't look like it's going to be too terribly difficult to do. We just need a flint, bone, and a stick. So let's go ahead and come over here. Because I think my bones are in the chest over here. Oh, by the way, this has been running for a while. I've actually noticed I got some stuff from this when this has been running for so long. I get emeralds, I get slime balls, which I can actually get sticky resin out of if I want to. Here's the bones. I also noticed I got a single diamond from this for some reason. That must be like a really rare drop or something, but that was interesting, I found out. Got the bone. And then we need to get a stick and some flint, and then I think we need to go over to the Tinker's area. Here's my stick set. Do I have any in here? There we go. That was 2. And is flint in there? Yes, there we go. Alright, so now we'll head over to making this. I don't really need this sword since, well, we've already got a broadsword made of alamite, but we'll get this one knocked out. Shouldn't be too hard. So flint, sword blade, bone, wide guard. So let's see here if I can find this. There's the flint sword blade. And a bone wide guard. Gives me a piece of bone meal for some reason. Interesting. Put that on there. Oh, that already counted the quest. Oh, I bet you it's because I already have a broadsword. It's counting that. Okay, well, that's fine as well. We might as well just make it. If it wanted me to make it. That's not it. There it is. Yeah, flint blood, so why not? I'll just make it and then throw it away into this chest here. The tool chest, as I call it. Alright, so that one's knocked out. You give me... Oh, 10 flint's not too bad. Some blank patterns, I don't really need that. We'll just drop... Well, we can just drop them in here, I guess. I don't need any of these patterns, unless they added new ones, but... I don't think there's anything new in there. Anyways, so what else do we need to do next? Looks like we need 2 more quests. Ooh, here we go. Blast Furnace. So this is a blast furnace from the modern versions of Minecraft. That doesn't look too hard to make. Alright, we can go ahead and make that next. That would have been nice to have a while back, wouldn't it? I think that's like double the speed on smelting ores or something. That would have been nice a while back. We don't really need it now. Where is my... Do I have any cobblestone up here? Or maybe it's in here. Oh, there it is, right there. And then I've got the flint on me, so we'll make the normal furnace. And this is the blast furnace. Oh, I don't want to use the raw iron plates. Let's just use normal iron. Alright, there we go. Blast furnace. Wonder if that's going to be used in any sort of recipes or anything. I wonder if it does. Let's see. Cooking oven. No, you can use either an... Oh, you can either use an iron furnace or blast furnace for that now. Interesting. Same thing looks like with the water pumps. So I guess this is kind of... Yeah, it seems like it is useful. So I guess... Yeah, there's the brick blast furnace there. So it kind of is interchangeable now with the iron furnace, oddly enough. What was the recipe for an iron furnace? Let's see. I don't think I can pull it off. Let's see here. What was the iron furnace? If I can spell that. Oh, it doesn't exist anymore. I'm not getting anything for that one. Still have a couple, don't we, I think? Oh no, maybe they're still on the wall over there. That's interesting. So I guess this is a replacement for the iron furnace. Wonder if these even work still. They still seem to work, but you can't make them anymore, interestingly enough. So I guess the blast furnace was just a replacement for that. Alright, well that was interesting to learn about. Alright, so we got some iron ingots for that. Well, that's always a good thing. Alright, and the final quest is these backpacks. Ooh, that's not good, is it? Hint, scroll to the bottom. Wow, that's a lot. Oh, okay, we can just check the box. Okay, I was about to say, that's a lot of backpacks, isn't it? Coiner's backpack, Thaumaturge's backpack, Trackman's backpack. Wonder what these do. Iceman's? Apothecary? Alright, well we can just tick the box, I guess, and that will claim the quest. I hope. Yep, we can claim 3 Stone Age loot bags. Doesn't sound too bad. Better than any of these. I mean, the Stone Age ones aren't that good, but we'll take the loot bags, why not? And I guess they give me a full set of iron armor. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I just noticed. They changed the texture for the loot bags as well. That's actually kind of cool. It looks all stone-like. So I bet you they made them all different for the different tiers. Let me put the armor away here. Ooh, that chest is full now, isn't it? Alright, I'll put it in there for now, and I'll sort that out later. Interesting, I just give you a full set of iron armor, though. Alright, well, I'll leave that there, and looks like that is Stone Age down. So we're already down with these two. Next up, we need to get to Steam. Alright, what's this? Oh, interesting! So they added the loot bag trade to this quest tab. Oh, the good news actually is we just got 3 of those, so we actually can turn that in. So let's do that then, so we'll knock that quest out, I hope. There we go. Alright, so that's a Steam Age. Oh, so that's kind of cool. Looks like a little, like, cog or something like that. Little steam cog. And that is a repeatable quest, but technically we've already completed it, so it did count. Alright, so it's actually a good thing we got those loot bags in, because I don't think we would have been able to complete that otherwise. Alright, I'm going to hold on to that for a moment, just in case we actually need more Steam Age loot bags. Because I wonder if they put a Steam to LV one here in the LV tab, maybe. Don't see anything. There's too many quests around to actually know. Anyways, I have to be careful about that, because if I didn't have the Stone Age loot bags we just got, I actually wouldn't have been able to finish that quest. So that's actually quite lucky. Looks like there is some changes to some things here. I get some paper from you. This is the multi-block one. Lime jelly sandwich. Interesting. Speaking of that one, I noticed there was a, what was it? Something I could turn in here? Maybe not. Something was in this one. Oh no, there's something different in here actually. There's a new machine in here, isn't there? Steam fusing. I think that's new. Steam fuser. Yes, this is interesting here. So there's apparently now a multi-block alloy smelter, and it's actually a fairly small one to make. That might be something to make, because we use the alloy smelter for quite a few things, actually, for like bronze, red alloy. This is a multi-block. One of the other 2 multi-blocks we made for the macerating compressor were really useful. And this one's also small, so that might be something to look at in the future. We might do that one. We'll see. Alright, so let me put these coins away, because our inventory is going to fill up with all these quest rewards we're getting. And put you in there. And, well, let's put the sandwich away as well. Why not? I'll put the loot bag in my backpack for now. Alright, so what else do we need to do? Looks like we've got 8 more quests still to do here. Oh, we've got one to turn in there. Bronze ingot gives me beans on toast. Alright, well, I'll just throw that immediately in. We've already eaten that. And, oh, speaking of eating things, I wonder if there's any new food we can actually make in here. Well, we can! Beetroot soup we actually can make. Ah, you can use the beets to make that. Okay, well, that's actually new food we can actually make. So let's do that right now, then. Why not? And let's go ahead and get a little bit of hunger. Eat that. There we go. Alright, so that's a new food we just got a little bit of a nibble on. And we'll put you back in there. Perfect. Alright, well, nighttime is about to arrive again. So what do we need to do next? Ah, barrels. Ooh, so they've added these in as well. And it looks like actually that is iron, copper, silver, and gold. Okay, well, that's an interesting new kind of storage block, I guess. Let's go see if we can do that. We'll go to bed first, and then I guess we'll make some barrels up here. See how expensive they are. So it looked like, I think it was, we needed some wood planks for that. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Ooh, shift click. There we go. Barrel. Ooh, okay. Let's make a couple then if we need to get some. That's a new noise, by the way. I just noticed as well with the hammer. I kind of like that. It's not as, like, overbearing, I guess, as it was before. Alright, there's that. And we can put those in there. And also, let me put the blast furnace away. I don't know what we'll need that for. I guess it'll be useful for crafting later. And the future is here. Alright, so... Ooh, you can give me more wood plank. Well, I've already got plenty. I'll take the loot bag for now on that one. Alright, that has unlocked iron barrels, copper, silver, and gold. Silver's interesting, actually. The, chest, I don't think had a silver version. Is there silver chests now or something like that? Yeah, there's no silver chest. That's weird that there's a silver barrel, but there's not a silver chest. Anyways, I guess it's not going to be anything too hard to do this. Iron barrel. Yeah, so we need... How many do we need, actually? So we need 4 of these, then. Okay, well, we'll do the iron barrel first. That doesn't look too difficult. We just need a couple of iron. I do like the new noises. That's quite cool. Iron barrel, there we go. So this is just going to be like the chest, I assume, where they have more space, 54. Doesn't tell you in the actual tooltip, but there's the iron barrel. Next will be the copper barrel, which is double copper plates. And let's see, do we have the screws? We do. Perfect. Alright, so that's good. Let's put these away. So there's the copper barrel. Next on the list is going to be silver, which that's expensive. We do have silver around. I don't have any plates on me, but we have silver around, and we've got the bending machine, so we should be able to get that going. And silver takes not too long. Ooh, that's a new noise as well with the bending machine, isn't it? A little bit softer. But if I want to, I can also turn it off. See, no more noise, but I'll keep the noise. I kind of like the new noises. Alright, we'll put that in there for now. Let's move on to the next one where we wait for the silver. Gold, we can get... Ooh, gold plates. For double gold. Okay, so I'm actually going to need more gold as well. Okay. I'll put that in behind that. Looks like silver will be just about to finish. Alright, well, we'll wait for those plates. We'll take a look at what else there is to do. What's this? Better make that 2. Oh, you want me to have an anvil? Ah, interesting. I do have an anvil. I don't know if it's going to be good enough. Where was it? In here, I think? No, I think... yeah, it's a slightly damaged anvil. Okay, well, that might be kind of annoying. I wonder if I've got anything around right now, an extra one hanging about. Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, we can go ahead and make another anvil, I suppose. Did we get anything? Just coins. Alright, well, that's not too big of a deal, I suppose. Let's see if we've got a couple of blocks. I think we need 5 blocks, which is like 45 iron ingots or something. I'm really not too bad off on iron right now, so I'm not too worried about that. Throw you into the compressor. That shouldn't take too long. How will we here? Oh, that's the gold one. I was about to say, where's the gold? No, silver's already done. Gold will be done in a moment. And we need to get these. Those, I don't think we've got any gold or silver screws, do we? Let's see. No silver screws, so let's go ahead and take you. In fact, I like to do 2 because we get the extra dust. We'll put that into the lathe just to save on silver since it's a bit harder to get, and ooh, that takes a while. I forgot the lathe is quite slow. We're gonna need gold screws as well. We might have those. Doesn't look like it. Alright, well, I'm not gonna wait. The gold, I bet is gonna take a while, because gold, I think, takes longer, but let's go ahead and make these. And then I'll do the gold screws myself. I'm not worried about that too much. Oh, that was a new noise as well. Bet you the saw will have one as well. Interesting noise. Alright. Cool. Alright, so that should be the gold barrel knocked out. Perfect. And let's see. The silver one's ready yet. Just about to be finished in a couple of seconds. I have been making up also some diamond parts as well. I've been getting some of that. I've been cutting the rest of those diamond blocks. Just left them in there. It takes a while for those to cut. And it looks like we should have silver rods, which I guess we need to actually cut them too, don't we? Because I can get more out of that, and that's going to take more time. Alright, well that's alright. I got the extra silver, we can do that as well. I'll worry about that later. Alright, let's see what else. We need to get the anvil made up. I forgot about that. So here is my 5 blocks of iron. And that... Oh, we need one more iron screw. It's no big deal. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Do like those noises. I know I've said that like 20 times probably now, but it's nice. Anvil. There we go. Alright. Well, there's our newest anvil we just made. And there we go. Second anvil. Even though we've already really done that. Alright, what else is there to do? What's this one? Oh, a steel barrel. Okay, well that's another barrel we have to make still. Alright, let's see if we can get that one knocked out then. Alright, looks like we just need the double steel plates, which we don't have any. Do we have any in this chest? Yes, we do. Perfect. Alright, let's put that away in there. And now we should be able to go ahead and make the steel plates we need. And actually, oh, that reminded me of something else I noticed. I think this might be some sort of a bug or something. I'll show you that. Let's get this made first. So barrels, making a lot of barrels. We'll have to find a spot for these. Maybe it'd be nice to layer like them around here instead of having these chests. Maybe we'll use barrels. That might be quite nice. So, I mean, it does look kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so the thing I noticed was, and this was kind of weird. I think it's mostly to do with the let's see, where was it? The hollow glasses. Let's see if it's like that still. Oh, no, it's not actually. Okay, that was weird. So, before, when I was actually looking at these, the steel looked exactly like iron when I was looking at this through the hollow glasses, or HoloLens, or whatever they are. And then we have our first ever steel ingot up here, and it actually looked the exact same way inside the item frame. It looked just like iron, but now it looks normal again. Okay, that was weird. That was like that was like right after I had updated, so things might have been a little bit weird around then, but it looks normal now, so that's kind of strange. Yeah, everything was looking a little off at first, but it's actually fine now. Okay, anyways, though, so that's that. And we should have our silver bolts. We still need to make that silver barrel, I think. Throw these in the lathe. That should be pretty fast. Alright, there we go. 2 silver screws. After all of that, we can go ahead then and make our silver barrel at long last. And there we go. Alright. And that is perfect. Alright, how many more of these? Oh, there's only one more to do. Which is... interesting. Hand-picking crops is so old school. A scythe. This is some sort of a new tool, I guess. By making a scythe, you are now able to clear... Ooh! 3x3 blocks of vegetation. And to harvest 5x5 tiles of crops. Ooh, this actually sounds like it might be quite useful. Okay, let's go ahead then and make this. It looks like, seems like they want me to do it all out of steel. How much is that? 14 ingots? I mean, I know I don't have to do it all out of steel, but I'm just gonna do it out of steel. Alright, we'll throw that into the, smeltery and try and get that made up. That might be quite interesting to try. Oh, we still have some in there. Okay, we have that in there. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these barrels still. We'll see what we do about that. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We made the diamond chest last time. I wonder if there's a diamond barrel at all. CLV. Oh, yep, there it is. Diamond barrel. 108 slots. Alright, well, I've got the stuff, actually. Let's just knock that out right now. Actually, we might need to make an extra barrel as well, but that shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, that's not too bad. There's one barrel, and There's a diamond barrel. Okay, well, that is a lot of barrels we've ended up making today. That's interesting. So we've got diamond, gold, copper, steel, silver, and iron. I like that idea, though, of kind of lining up this area. I think the barrels might look nicer than the chests. I'll have to play around with that, though. I'd have to move everything out of these, though. But I'll figure it out. I'll just drop them in here for now. We'll put the... I guess we'll put the anvil in there for now as well. It doesn't matter. And then I'll just fill these back in here. Put that ore away as well. I don't need that. And flint. I don't need that in my inventory either. Alright, and we should just about to be caught up, it looks like. We gotta claim that. I can take an LV loot bag or 4 diamond plates. Well, I've got a decent amount of diamond plates right now. I'll take the loot bag, I think, for that one. Why not? Take that loot bag. And let's go to sleep, and we should have our steel ready to go, so we can make that scythe. Let's try and test that thing out, because that might help speed up the harvesting of crops. Give it a try. We'll see what happens. Where is it? It's in here. Okay, so what do we need for this? Let's go back to the chapter here. So iron. Oh, we need to claim those as well still. And where was it? Here we go. Scythe head, tough binding, and tough rod. If I can find it. Do we have a scythe head? Oh, no, we do. And then the tough binding is that one, and the tough rod is that one. Alright, let's go ahead and make that out of steel then. You know, actually, now that I think about it, it might be better actually to make the tough binding out of obsidian. If I'm remembering correctly, that's going to give us reinforced 3. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. Put that back in there. We'll make the tough rod anyways out of steel anyways. There's the scythe head. I don't know how much durability all of this is going to use, but I think that's what we'll do. Alright, let's try and give that a shot. I need some obsidian. Only, I think, 3 ingots. Put that in there. Tough binding. See if that actually works. And where's the scythe at? Is that it? Scythe. Oh, we need 2 of these. Oh, okay, well that works out then, because I just so happen to have 3 more steel ingots in there. Alright, well, that works. Let's put that back in. Alright, well, I'm glad we found that out. Well, it doesn't tell you the parts, it just tells you about the casts, I guess. I didn't notice that. Well, glad I did there. Alright, so we'll do that then. That works out perfect for us in the end. And these, let's see, where was it? There. That one. And that comes with, oh wow, 2,000 durability. That's not bad. So steel scythe. So let's give this a shot then. So how does it work? Harvest 5x5 taller crops. It works on IC2 crops. It will harvest them even if they're not fully mature. Alright, let's take a look. The thing I'm worried about is that I'm going to click on this and all the seed bags are going to come out instead. Hopefully that won't happen, but I'm going to right-click on this. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep, this is quite a nice upgrade. Oh, yeah, this is good. This has just sped up the harvesting of sticky resin, like, tenfold. Because before I would go through it single-handedly and just pick them. Now, I just have to click like 4 or 5 times. Okay, well that's a really nice upgrade, isn't it? That was a nice one right there. And just like that, I get all that. I do get some sugar cane. Because you can actually harvest the stickweed twice. So the first time you harvest it, you get the sticky resin. Second time, you get the actual sugar cane. So that's something to keep in mind. Alright, well, we've caught up, it looks like. That's done. That's done, and I just need to claim the rewards. What do we get for this? Iron plates or loot bags. Iron's not too difficult to get. I'll take my chance with a loot bag. Copper, let's do the loot bag for that one. Silver, I think I'll do the plates, because silver's a bit harder to get. And then I bet, yeah, gold will do the plates as well, since we don't have as much gold. Why not? Anything else? Steel. Steel, you know, steel plates are not that bad to have. I'll take the steel plates. And anything else? The scythe. We get a loot bag regardless. Is that everything? Yes. Alright, LV, we did have a quest here to turn in. Ooh, Sunday roast. Not yet eaten. Alright, well, let's go ahead then and eat that then. Did I get it? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Just wasn't appearing. Alright, well, let's go ahead then. Actually, I need to get hungry, and we can go ahead actually and eat that as well. How much does that give us? A little bit. Let's go ahead and eat that then. Give it a shot. Oh, and we got another heart as well. Perfect. Alright, well, that's quite nice. A new heart now. And that should be all of the quests. Is there anything else I need to get from anywhere else? Doesn't look like it. Nope, looks like all of these are untouched. I mean, there might be some additions in some of these tabs, but not seeing anything too much. Oh, we can make diamond armor now. Ooh, that might be interesting. Diamond armor could be an option as well. Building better bases. What's this? Obsidian and crystal chest. Oh, interesting. Alright. I don't think that's new, actually, but that's something different. Oh, I just noticed the barrel stuff is here as well. Interesting. Forestry and multi-farms. That doesn't look any different. Multi-block goals. I don't see any immediate changes here. Let's see what else was there. Yeah, this one we had a new quest. That steam fuser. That is actually something we may look into. I'm actually intrigued by that. But yeah, I'm not seeing any other changes around here. It's a couple of different kill quests though, like the rabbit and fox. So they've added those in, like I said. But yeah, a lot of different things have been added in. There's been a lot of changes. But yeah, looks like we've caught up in the quests now, which is perfect. I don't know if I'm going to open up the loot bags, because that one, let's see. Don't know how many more Steam Age loot bags we'll get. I wonder if there's one to turn in Steam to LV in this chapter at all. Don't see one, but that might not mean it might pop up later. Yeah, something I'll have to keep an eye on, because it actually technically counted for here. We got very lucky we got those. But anyways, though, yeah, I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. We've just taken a bit of a look through the quest, some of the new changes. There's been a lot of them. And yeah, it looks like we've already caught up on the quest book, and starting next time, we should be ready to start carrying on, making some more machines. I think I'm going to expand out the overall machine area here a little bit. We'll see what happens, because we're going to need more machines. I've only got one slot here left. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave this episode for now. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.